Okay, I'm going to start recording. Hey, good morning to those of you who are here a little bit early. I've been sitting here for a couple minutes just watching people log into the room, and I've made an interesting observation. You've never seen anything like this before. Everybody is logged in with the same first name, and so right now we've got a whole bunch of people in the room named Friend. That's pretty interesting to me. So maybe somebody will be able to clear that up for me. But it's 8:59. We're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. Just waiting for more people to join us. And the reason I logged in early and started talking to the early birds is because I want to ask for your participation here for a moment. What I'd like you guys to do is look around on your computer desktops, and you should see little things you could click on, one of them being a little arrow. You should see a little arrow icon. And what I'd like everybody to do is click on that little arrow. And I think if you're on a Mac, like an iPad or something, you may not have that, but if you're on a regular PC, click on the arrow icon and type in a little message and just hit enter. And that way it lets me know that you guys can see my screen here and you can hear me and our audio is working perfectly. I'm going to pop amongst some different sites here. And so would you do that now? Just click on the little arrow icon and type, "Hey Chris, I can see your screen, I can hear you, sounds good." And then the first person, I was going to give away a free Mercedes this morning, but since about 30 people have followed the instructions, that's good. We don't need to do that. So good morning, hello, I can see your screen, see you, hear you, perfect. Everybody, so did nobody was asked to enter your first name, huh, when you registered? I'm just wondering why everybody's opted in as Friend, but that's okay. I like that name. I like that link. Interesting. So will this be recorded so that I can view it again later? If so, please send the link. I absolutely will. I absolutely will. So it'll be recorded. Absolutely. In fact, it's being recorded right now. Okay, good. Hey, good morning. It's 9:01, so I want to start this show because you guys are all real estate professionals. You're busy. You've all got listing appointments to go to for certain. I know. As soon as you hang up, you're running off to a listing appointment. I hope that's the case. You know, I just got off the phone with a great agent down in Clearwater, Florida, Wendy Smith. I'm just starting to do some work with Wendy. We just started working together about 5 days ago. And, you know, she was on 3 listing appointments last week. Took them all. 3 listing appointments last week. Just last week. Took them all. And right here on my Facebook page, there's a note right here that says, "Just talked to a KW broker who told me the listing contracts are coming in and agent productivity is way up." Right? So just so you guys know, even though it seems like there's not a lot of inventory out there and there's a ton of buyers, there's enough inventory for you to stay busy going on listing appointments. You can have a bunch of listings. We're going to talk about how to get them today. Divorce listings, probate listings, short sale listings, expired listings, FSBO listings, listings from a geographic farm area because you're out there beating the bush in a smart way. You know how to go get them. Listings from your center of influence because you're not waiting for referrals. You know how to orchestrate them. Right? I just listed 7 different sources of listings. Right? Farms, FSBOs, divorce, NODs, list pendants, expireds, probates, referrals. I'm going to show you guys. And I wish we had like 3 days to hang out together in a nice resort. Like we're all hanging out down in Costa Rica right now, just having coffee. People are just wandering in. "Hey, Chris, good morning." And we're all just sitting around in our flip-flops, and we're going to have some fresh fruit and yogurt and stuff brought over here in a minute. And we're just going to go deep into the marketing, how to really go get listings and build a practice. Like Wendy Smith down in Florida, she's got a practice. I was talking to her. I said, "Hey, Wendy, it's interesting. A lot of real estate salespeople, they'll come along and say, 'Give me an ad or a tactic for getting strangers to list their house with me.'" Right? Everybody looking for a tactic to get a stranger to list their house with them. You know, you can do those, but those aren't practice building. You can't build a practice really on tactics. You build a practice on relationships. You'll see. But anyway, you guys, welcome. My name is Chris Silveda. I'm the founder of Simple Listing Solutions, and right now we're on my Facebook page. Over here, we're on one of my Facebook pages at the Short Sale Coaching Club on Facebook. But I'm the founder of this little company right here, Simple Listing Solutions. And what we've been doing over the last 4 or 5 years is helping real estate agents across the country get short sale listings like mad in a way that you haven't seen unless you know what we've been up to. Right? And I know as a real estate professional myself, I know that, you know, our phone rings. "Oh, maybe this is a client." No, it's somebody trying to sell us leads. Then it rings again. "Oh, maybe this is a client." No, it's somebody trying to sell us to come to a seminar or something like that. I got it. You know, and I want you guys to know you don't need me or any of the stuff that I'm going to show you today in terms of my tools. I'm going to demonstrate my tools, but you don't need them. You don't need me. You don't need Joe Stumpf. You don't need Brian Buffini, Craig Proctor, Howard Britton, Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, CDPE Program 3648, Harris University. You don't need any of that stuff, right? There's a lot of stuff to sell you, you guys. I know that, right? In fact, Wendy, she laughed. She said, hey, Chris, I don't buy stuff, but I went on your webinar and you actually got me to part with some money. You're good. But you guys need to be clear. The purpose of webinars and seminars as a real estate professional, when you go to a seminar or when you come online to a webinar, you know what it's about. They're trying to sell you something, right? That's what happens there. You go anyway because you get to network and meet people and have donuts and coffee and stuff like that. Sometimes you get some really good information. And now here on a webinar, I don't have donuts and coffee for you, but what I do promise you is some really good information in terms of helping you go get listings this week, every week. Right? Really good information. That's my number one intention. My second intention is to sell you me. Right? I'm always buy my system, buy my tools, bring me onto your team and hire me. Right? You can all afford me. I make it so you can not afford me. Right? But that's not. In fact, let's just get that out of the way right now, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. We can just go to training. I have a little company over here, Simple Listing Solutions. If you want anything to do with us when you're done, you can come over here and just click sign up. Right? And that's about all I'm going to say about that. If you have questions before signing up, you can just call the toll-free number and talk to me personally, directly. I'm not going to try to sell anything. I'm just going to say, hey, do you have questions? And you will. So if you're interested, that's what to do. SimpleListingSolutions.com, period. Now there's nothing else to sell. Right? Now we can just talk about getting listings and how. Before I show you some real powerful stuff that's really, it's going to flip the lid off your box. The box that you've been living in, whether you've been in real estate for 27 years or for 27 days, it's going to expand at the end of this hour, and you're going to leave going, wow, I've got some real solid, feasible, workable plans for getting listings and making more money and going and serving more people, right? Going and serving more people and helping more people. So I'm going to show you kind of a silly little PowerPoint presentation, and these things are raw. I put these things together. I change them all the time. You know, that's not a very professional presentation, Chris. That's okay. You're going to get some meat and potatoes from this, potatoes and potatoes. And, you know, people say, hey, Chris, I love your presentations. I love your webinars because they're raw. They're different all the time. That's why I always come on. And so, good. Thanks to those people for saying that because it inspires me to keep going. Now, check it out, you guys. That's us on the right, and there's our prospect over there on the left, right? Running like, yikes! You know, they got the cheese, right? And so what's that all about? What that's about is this. Our prospects, buyer prospects, seller prospects, they're all programmed the same way. They're programmed like mice, right? They're programmed to do three things. One of the things we're not going to worry about, but two of the things we are. Because as a marketer with a real estate license, we need to understand. I need to understand as a marketer with a real estate license that my prospect, like this mouse right here, is programmed to go get the cheese and avoid the cat, right? Go get the cheese but avoid the cat, right? What's the cheese? The cheese is any information that's going to help them get what they want, right? If they're upside down on the house, it's going to get them avoid foreclosure, get their loan modified, get them to save their house, stay in their home, whatever, right? If they're looking for a home, the cheese is the information going to get them ahead of the game, ahead of the other buyers, help them get into the property. Right. Now, what's the cat? That's the real estate salesperson breathing commission breath. All right. So as a marketer with a real estate license, I've got to, number one, know this. And because now that I know, right, now that I know, I can't not know. And awareness creates its own momentum. Here's what I know now as a marketer with a real estate license. I've got to have cheese, and I've got to not look like a cat. Right? So let's move past that. Right? I've got to have cheese for FSBOs if that's what I want, cheese for expireds if that's what I want, cheese for divorce if that's what I want. I've got to have cheese for probates if that's what I want. I've got to have cheese for my center of influence if I want them to send me listings. Right? I've got to have cheese for my center of influence if I want them to send me buyers. It's all different kinds of cheese. But as a marketer with a real estate license, I know for a fact that my prospect, they're programmed just like a mouse, get the cheese, avoid the cat, right? So again, I got to have the cheese they want, and I got to not act, look, sound like a sales cat breathing commission breath on people. All right, so that's where we're going to start this conversation today. So now we're clear, right? Because sellers, you guys, let's just be clear. Buyers, you can get them on the internet. Sellers, for the most part, come from relationships. Right? It could be a relationship you just created at the front door. You spent 15 minutes talking to them. They really bonded. Hey, they invited you in for coffee. They're like, I like this guy, right? They call you a week later. Right? That could happen. You just formed a relationship at the front door. That happens all the time. right? But sellers, just so you know, referrals tend to come from relationships. All right, just be aware, because sellers, they don't want a transactional relationship, right? They want someone on their team. Like a buyer, it could be more of a transactional relationship. Help us find the best house quickly and get our offer accepted, right? That could be a little more transactional. Seller, they want someone on their team, right? It tends to be relationship driven. Okay, so just to give you an idea, so I'm not just talking, right? What we've been doing over the last, 4 or 5 years here at Simple Listing Solutions with some agents, helping them load their boat with what I call short sale salmon, is pretty unique. And here's what I mean. I realized years ago that I didn't even know what CDPE meant, and I was a real estate professional. I had to keep asking people, what is it again? What is it again? And then I asked my mom, because I'm a marketer, I always have been. I said, hey, Mom, do you know what CDPE is? She said, what? CDPE? No. I used to be in the military. She's like, is that some kind of an army thing? I said, no. Is that like a government thing, agency? No. Interesting. I want you guys to know, before I began my real estate career about 8 or 9 years ago, I traveled the country with a guy by the name of Joe Stumpf. And if you don't know him, you ought to. He's the #1 dialogue skills coach on the planet for real estate and mortgage. He owns a big organization, buyreferralonly.com. Brian Buffini comes out of his organization, right? Another wonderful trainer out there teaching agents how to get referrals. Now, I was Joe's right-hand guy. I flew around the country for a year. I probably met you out there at a seminar. Thousands of agents I met, tens of thousands, 7-figure income earners, right? Sold Joe Stumpf a couple of multi-million-dollar homes, in fact, when I got my license. Been one of my best real estate clients, right? But I learned something from these agents along the way, so that when I got into this business, I went, oh, I don't have to even go make a whole bunch of mistakes. I know what to do. And so I'm going to show you guys. CDPE I wasn't interested in because it didn't mean anything to me. And so I just had my graphic designer come up with a little thing called Certified Short Sale Advisor, because I thought that was much more clear. Now, if you'd like to shorten it, you could call it a SSCA, I suppose, but I just like Short Sale Certified Advisor, right? But here's what I discovered. 10 out of 10 short sale salmon begin life as loan mod minnows, and they don't even want to talk about short sales anyway, so who cares if you're a short sale advisor? We want to save our home. So then I had to become a foreclosure alternatives advisor. And what I realized was, if I made a relationship with a mortgage guy who knew HARP 2.0, I could go out into the world and say, hey, I'm a foreclosure alternatives advisor with Keller Williams. I don't just help people purchase and sell. I help people save their homes. I've got a guy on my team. He's the best guy in the county for getting people approved under HARP 2.0. That's the government refi program. Great way to sell your home, save your home for free. Oh, now people want me to come onto their team as a foreclosure alternatives advisor who could help them save their home. And then we'd find out through the process 67% of the time that they couldn't qualify for HARP or loan mod anyway, and they'd have to short sale, right? And so I understood that there was a process of converting loan modification minnows into short sale salmon, right, that would come swimming home to me every time. Well, Chris, you're also a certified short sale advisor, aren't you? Didn't you write the book? Yeah, I sure did. Right. So I came up with different designations, right, because they made sense, and I came up with websites that positioned me as a short sale guru because I wrote a book called The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. And I developed dialogue that I could use at a front door or through letters or over the phone, right, or on the internet, dialogue that sounded like, hey, I may or may not be the best agent for you, right? Could be a personality mismatch, that's true. But if you read my book, you'll know more than 9 out of 10 real estate agents about short sales, and you'll know how to find the best expert for you, and you'll know how to short sell your home on your own, and you'll have all the tools to pull it off. Would you like a free copy? Right? And that was pretty compelling. People said, sure, I would like a free copy. And then they'd read it, and they'd say, well, Chris, wow, you're a short sale guru. It sounds like we need to do that. Why would we go anyplace else? And I would say, hey, that's a great question. I don't know why you would. I can come over tomorrow, right, have your stuff together. Right. And then I figured out that, hey, my upside-down loan modification minnows, they're swimming around over on Craigslist in the for-rent area because they're looking for a place to live. They're wondering where they're going to live when the bank forecloses on their house. But the thing is, if I put ads in there to find those people, they get flagged because it's not a rental ad. So I figured out how to come up with rental ads that I could put, hey, save your home through HARP, and I could put them right into Craigslist in the for rent section. And then, you know, the instructions on the ad itself would say, click on this ad for help saving your home for free. And they would just click on the ad from Craigslist, and it would take them right to a page on my website branded to my mortgage partner, with all of his contact information. There's even a video. Hi, my name's Tom. I can help you save your home for free. Give me a call, HARP 2.0. Right? And they go, oh, straight from Craigslist. They go right over to Tom. And again, if they don't qualify, he'd say, sorry, you don't qualify, and here's why. Call Chris. Symbiotic relationship from Craigslist, right? YouTube, free. I figured out how to do right from my smartphone video because it's super viral. I could get it all over the place. I could send out video emails, right? Hey, click here for an important message from me to you. You'll love it. Click, and then they'd be watching a video. And I'd be telling them things that were very interesting. They'd refer short sales to me, right? So, which is free. I came up with these door hangers that say sell your home for less than you owe the bank, avoid foreclosure, and get your lender to pay all the sales costs for free. For a limited time, you can get a free copy of this $37 ebook and learn how to do it yourself, right? From a foreclosure alternatives advisor. Door hangers, English and Spanish, right? What I did was on the other side of my real estate card where it'd have a Remax balloon, I came up with this message. It says, you can sell your home for less than you owe the bank, avoid foreclosure, save your credit, get your lender to pay all the sales costs for free. Let me show you how. Go get a free copy of my book. Just log on. Right? Then what I did was I created a series of systems just with the business card. Wow, what are all the different ways I could use this business card? I could put like 2 or 3 in an envelope with like a little thank you card, and I could send them to my center of influence. Wow, I could send 1,000 down to the mall with a kid on a skateboard and say, here's some pizza money, go see a movie afterwards, go stick these on every car door in the window, right? Hey, I could come up with a bunch of systems just off the business card tool, right? I could door knock and say, hey folks, how's it going? I could introduce myself and say, this may or may not apply to you, but I bet you know people in the neighborhood who'd love to have this information. I can help them save their home for free through HARP, through HAMP loan modifications. I've got a guy in my team. And if they don't qualify for any of that stuff, we can help them short sale their home. Right? And that means they can stay in that home as long as possible, possibly get paid thousands of dollars in relocation assistance depending on their lender, right? And avoid foreclosure. Great way to get a fresh start. Can I leave you guys a few of my cards and ask you to think about who you might know? Oh, sure. Hey, what's this? Hey, thanks for asking. That's a book I put together. Oh, wow. Right? So there were different ways that I could come up and use this card, right? Never mind the Craigslist ads, the YouTube videos, and the door hangers. Right. I figured out that handwritten notes were very powerful. I saw in my adventures out there in the world prospecting as a real estate professional, I'd come up to a door and I'd see a gift bag laying at the door with a balloon tied to it. And I'd be like, what the heck? And I'd look, and because the house is empty. There's nothing in the house. You look through the window, it's clearly empty. There's 15 newspapers stacked next to the door. But there'd be a gift bag with a balloon. And I'd be like, what? And I'd look in there, and there'd be a CD-ROM, how to avoid foreclosure from the something-something team, and like all this stuff. And I think, gift bag, balloon, CD-ROM delivered to the door, and it's nobody even in the house, right? So that doesn't make sense. What time and energy wasted? Here's what I've learned vicariously, not only through my own experience, but vicariously across the country from agents. Whether you're going after a short sale or a FSBO or an expired, a handwritten note gets a response, right? Depending on what you write on the note. But wait, why? A handwritten note gets looked at 10 out of 10 times, right? A door hanger does not, right? When people see door hanger, Helvetica type printed things like that, a lot of people say, I'm not even going to look at the message, I'm going to throw it away. Right? But when people see handwritten note, they don't say that. They say, who came by? Right? And they take it in the house. Whether they got a couple bags of groceries in their hands and stuff going on, they stick it in their teeth and they walk in the house with it and they look at it. Right? Handwritten notes. So what do you say on them? So when I'm out door knocking, fully leveraging my time, when people open the door, I know what to say. And when they don't open the door, I know what to leave so that they call me back. Right? So I'm not wasting my time. Number one. And then number two, am I using words, dialogue, tools, right, that position me like as unique? Like, do I have a unique selling proposition that people go, wow, hey, that agent, I need to tell my sister, I need to tell my secretary, I need to tell my boss, I need to tell my wife, right? Am I doing that, right? Or am I just leaving a picture behind of me standing out in the middle of the field saying, I'm outstanding in my field, call me, right? So what am I doing? Right, so I know what I'm doing. And then direct response newsletters, right? To me, the direct response newsletters, whether you get service for life, they make a great one. Craig Forte, buy referral only, they make a great one. Excuse me, I'm going to mute myself for one moment. So, there's a lot of great newsletters you guys can get your hands on out there. To me, they're the Swiss Army knife of prospecting tools. I'll tell you why. We'll get into them a little bit later. right? But I make a great what is called the welcome mat. Okay, so you guys, I just showed you some things, and the only reason I showed you that stuff is because I want you to see that I'm really thinking like guerrilla marketing, outside the box when it comes to getting listings. And you guys, the proof is in the pudding. You don't listen to me. Just go do your due diligence. Look up agents that are using my system. I'll give you a bunch of their names. Just research them. Call them up. They get phone calls all the time. Right? You go talk to the agents. Don't talk to me. I built the stuff. I'm trying to sell it to you. Don't talk to me. Go talk to the realtors. I'll point you in their direction. I'm not in any hurry for you. I'll be here. Right? So I'm just showing you the short sale stuff because I want you guys to know something. There's stuff that works, and there's stuff that works well. And a lot of agents, they don't want to be salespeople. A lot of agents, they want to go be consultants. They want to be advisors. They want to attract. They want people to call them up and say, hey, will you be the one to help us, please? Sure, I'd love to. Right? It's a little bit different approach, but it works. And I'm going to show you guys how to go do that with divorce, with probate, with your center of influence, and all kinds of stuff. All right? We're going to talk about all these things in a limited amount of time. Here's a letter. 2% response rate. 2% response rate for getting short sale listings in Michigan. I can't lie. Rick Geese, he's a RE/MAX agent. You'll see it in a minute, right? Right? You can say, hey, did you get a 2% response from that letter? Yeah, sure did. Right? So, you know, look at this. Here's how you can sell your home for less than you owe the bank, avoid foreclosure, save your credit, and get your lender to pay all the sales costs for free. What do I do with this lender? What do I do with this press release? It says go get a free copy of this book from a certified short sale advisor. You know, just log on, don't talk to anybody. Well, I can do all kinds of things with this letter, including put it on the reverse side of my property flyers and keep my flyer box full, because all the neighborhood homeowner deer, they come over to that little property flyer box salt lick, and they lick a flyer out of it all day long. That's who's taking those flyers, right? And as a marketer with a real estate license, I understand the purpose of a listing is to get another one, right? And that salt lick flyer box is a real powerful leverage point. So what am I communicating to the neighborhood homeowners through my flyer box, right? That's a good question to ask yourself. And since the purpose of a listing is to get another one, what's the purpose of an open house? Right? It's to help facilitate that process. So how do I stage an open house in such a way that people come and they engage with me? Because who's going to come? The neighbors, right? And how do I get a bunch of the neighbors to come? Right? That's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about as a marketer with the real estate license. How do I get all the neighborhood homeowners to come to my open house, meet me, greet me, fall in love with me, win their hearts and minds? It's a campaign. Right? Oh, wow, and you wrote a book, you got this stuff, great coffee, hey, I'm hanging out, I love this. Is this jazz out? Is this a CD you're playing, Chris? Yeah, this guy's been hanging around my open house all afternoon, right? And they come back the next day and the next day and the next day. It's the same neighbor, right? I win the hearts and minds of my neighborhood, right? Because I understand the purpose of a listing. I leverage them. So anyway, let's move past that letter. I just want to kind of feed you guys some stuff since you're here. Right, so you leave with new ideas and you say, hey, I was on a great webinar today. I'm not going to buy the guy's stuff, but man, I got a ton of value from it. Chris Silvado over at Simple Listing Solutions, I recommend you go check it out. All right, that's all I'd ask you guys for. Okay, so here's what's next at Simple Listing Solutions. When I say next, I mean now, right, now. FSBO campaigns, automated weekly campaigns for getting FSBOs. Just to tell you guys something, the purpose of a FSBO campaign is not to list a house. It's to make 3 or 4% minimum. It's to make I don't care if I list a house or bring you the buyer, but I'm going to make 3 or 4% minimum. Right, and you ought to look at it like this. Every single FSBO you target, you're going to make 3%. Right, now I'm going to show you a campaign to do that. And then center of influence. That's the foundation of every real estate practice. It's the people who know you, like you, and trust you. They'll open a letter from you the first time, every time, and they'll respond to it. Strangers, they throw it away. Strangers, they don't want to talk. Who are you? Throw, toss, trash. Right, people who know you, you mail to them to a much greater result. Right? So a center of influence campaign so that you can start orchestrating referrals and not just waiting for them, like putting a thing on your card that says, I love referrals. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't orchestrate them. It just costs money, right? It takes up space on your card, space for something of more value, quite frankly, I think. But you can orchestrate referrals from a group of people. I'm going to show you guys how to do that, right? Every month, orchestrate referrals. Divorce listings. Right? I'm going to show you how I'll make you a real estate divorce advisor. Boom! I'm going to wave my wand over your head, and now you're a real estate divorce advisor. I'm going to give you some tools, a little bit of training, quick education. You're going to say, I can do that. Right? And then I'm saying, good, because here's a bunch of letters, and here's how to go get divorce lists. Just mail them these letters. Right? That's nice. turnkey. Probate listings, same thing. Geographic farm area, you want to dominate a geographic farm area? You can. And it doesn't matter. No, this agent Sheila that she sells by the seashore with Century 21 seashell, she dominates this area. You're not going to take it over from her. Really? I don't believe that. I don't believe that in a New York Minute. I can show you how. Right. So another thing, expired listings. Like expired listings. And let me just give you a taste of expired listing. If you had your home on the market and it didn't sell, 106 days, you're really frustrated, right? I take the thing off the market, right? And then somebody knocks on your door and says to you, somebody calls you on the phone and says to you, somebody leaves a handwritten note at your door that says, or somebody mails you a letter that says, hey, you had your home on the market and it didn't sell. That's got to be frustrating. Go over to this website, click on this page, and see all the neighbors in your community that's happened to in the last 2 years. You'll be shocked to discover that some of them relisted with another brokerage and sold their home at a higher list price. Go check it out. Do you think that those people would go check it out? Of course they would. Of course they would. That's cheese, right? I said you have to have cheese that the expireds want. What does that cheese look like? Right? What does the probate cheese look like? What does divorce cheese look like? What does FSBO cheese look like? So if you were just a cheese factory, I have cheese and I'm just going to put it out there and it's not even going to be on a trap, you can come have it for free, you'll find people climbing into your lap and saying, hey, will you be the agent for me? Sure, I'd love to. Right? And then you're in the relationship business. You're not in sales. Right? Direct sales, quite frankly, is relationship. It's relationship nurturing and development and ever expanding new relationships and always digging deeper and diving deeper into your existing relationships and reminding them that you're not just a real estate agent. You're a divorce expert. You're a FSBO expert. You're a probate guru. You're a short sale guru. You're a foreclosure alternatives expert who helps people save their homes through HARP 2.0. Thanks for not keeping me a secret. Right. When you remind people of that, then they go, oh my gosh, I've got a referral for you. My secretary's getting divorced. Right? That's the game. But it's got to be easy or you don't even know where to begin. Right? So let's talk about orchestrating referrals. Right? Orchestrating, not waiting. I'm just going to give you a little, this is marketing 101. Right? This is guerrilla marketing. You guys take off your realtor hat. Put on your marketer hat. That's not an apple tree. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. That's not an apple tree. That's a person. In fact, that's your last past client. That's that couple that just bought a house from you. You just closed escrow last month, right? And you sent them a little postcard in the mail with a picture of a cat laying on its belly and its legs stuck up in the air and the headline that says, we did it. It wasn't easy, but we did it. Why did you send that to them? I don't know. Your title company gave it to you and said, here, send this out to people. So you did, right? But you're not going to do that anymore, right? Because that's not a apple tree, that's a person, right? And I want you to know something. Those people that you work with, those people that you know, those people that know you, that like you, that trust you, I don't care if they're a past client, they could just know you from around town and they like you. Those people, they're all apple trees, and up in their branches are a bunch of people that you don't know. A bunch of people. Every apple tree probably got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50, 100, 300 apples up there. And let me ask you, if there's 100 apples in that tree, do you think over the course of a year out of those 100 apples there might be a divorce amongst them, maybe a probate listing amongst them, maybe a couple upside down homeowners amongst them, maybe somebody's getting ready to buy a house amongst them, maybe somebody's going to get promoted and move out of town amongst them? Of course there is, right? Of course there is. So let me ask you this, as a marketer with a real estate license, how many people do you need, really, to have access to a whole big group of people that over the course of the next year know people that are going to get divorced, or they're going to get divorced, or they know people, right? You guys see the math? You don't need a mailing list of 200 past client advocates. Because I don't have a big enough list to even bother. Yeah, you do. 10. Right? Throw your mom on there because your mom probably hasn't referred you anybody in the last 10 years because you're a secret agent as far as she's concerned. Why? Because she doesn't get your newsletter in the mail every month. Right? She didn't know that you're a real estate divorce advisor. She knows nothing about foreclosure alternatives. What? HARP 2? I didn't know that you do all that stuff. My friend Rosemary at the Yoga for Seniors class, her and her husband, they've been, right? They don't know. Your friends, they don't know what you do. They know you're in real estate, but they don't know how you get business because they don't get a newsletter in the mail from you every month. Right? They don't know anything about, oh, I didn't know that you were a foreclosure. I didn't know. Right? So you got to, then that's your fault. So look at this. There's a whole orchard right there. There's 12 trees in that orchard, and in that 12 trees, there's like 1,200 possible real estate transactions over the next year, right? And you can start loading your baskets full of apples, right, intentionally, right? You don't wait. Like, here's what it means. If you put a little sticker on your card that says, I love referrals, that's like walking out there in the middle of that field and laying down, taking a nap, and waiting for an apple to land in your mouth. It might happen. Right? Or it just doesn't even have to land in your mouth, within your reach. As long as I don't have to get up, if it lands like close enough to my arm that I can grab it, like, okay. But other than that, that's what a heart on your card means. Right? You know what you could do is you could go out into that apple orchard, let's say twice a month, and you could put like one of those vibrating belts around each tree, and you could just turn on a little thing, you know, just shake the tree and like put baskets underneath it and let apples fall out. That would be more intentional. Right. So how do you shake the apple trees? How do you shake your apple trees? Just 10 trees a month. How do you shake them? Well, you shake them by communicating to them. Right. Well, what do you communicate? How do you communicate? Well, that's what we're talking about. That's why you guys are here today. Right. And then we talk about orchestrating referrals. Now, this little segment that I'm about to go into, sidebar. Like if we were in court right now, I'd say, okay, hold on, sidebar, and we're going to stop. This little next segment I'm about to show you, it's related to what I'm showing you right now, and yet different, right? And some of you will look at it and say, I don't know, right? What I'm saying to you right now is don't do that. Just be open, okay? All right. So I'm a real estate agent from San Diego, California, born and raised, West Coast, been here my whole life. But, you know, I've been around the country a lot of times. I've been to your city, probably, right? And a lot of places, but this is where I'm from. Now, tomorrow I'm going to move to Charlotte, North Carolina, not for real, right? But I got my real estate license already for North Carolina, and I'm just going to parachute in. I don't know anybody. I'm just going to go to work for this RE/MAX office. I don't know anybody, right? I just got my license, and I'm going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina tomorrow. So I'm going to poke around, look around a little bit, and within about 2-3 weeks of living there, here's how I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out my community advocates. Right. East Coast Pizza. There's this pizza place in town right here. Everybody loves. Apparently it's the place. Hip hop and joint line out the door. Right. Jim's Pool Cleaning. Guy's got quite a business. He's got 2 trucks. He's got out on the road and about over 100 clients and stuff around this city cleaning pools. Ron the Handyman, all the realtors are using him. He's a pretty cool guy. He's got a big business, some trucks too. There's Dr. Rob's Chiropractic. I'm a triathlete, and that's where all the athletes are going. Dr. Jill's Whole Family Dentistry, that's good. That's a family practice. They're tied into homeowners with dental insurance and stuff like that. Express Dry Cleaning, they do delivery. That's kind of unique. A dry cleaner who delivers to your house, that's cool. Allied Window Cleaning, they'll come out to people's homes and clean the windows. Sally's Mobile Pet Grooming, she drives around town this big truck and shows up at your house, and they'll clip your dog nails and whatever, you know, right out in the front yard. Bob's Carpet Cleaning, he also does drapes and furniture, and he's been around for a long time, got a couple of vans. And then Van Dyke Mortgage, well, that's the mortgage people that my RE/MAX office that I just joined is using, and I met a guy over there, he's really cool. His name is Tom, and I'm going to start using them. Right. So now I've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got like 10 good community advocates. The interesting thing about all these people is that their businesses orbit around homeowners. Like Jim's Pool Cleaning orbits around homeowners. Like 100, he's got like 125 homeowners who have pools in their backyard. Ron the Handyman, right? He's also like locks. He can do everything, fix gates, all kinds of stuff. Right. All these businesses orbit around homeowners in the community. I'm aware of that. Okay. All right. I want you to know something. That as a marketer with a real estate license, I've figured out a really easy way. I could come into your city and I could do it tomorrow. To get these businesses to not only give me money, they're going to give me money. For what? Well, I have a Starbucks habit. Right? Plus gas, drive around. I'm doing a bunch of research. I want them to pay for my gas. I want them to pay for my coffee. And I want them to pay for my postage. They'll be happy to do so, too. They'll be happy to do so. Right? In fact, I'll have people lined up to join this group, but I won't even let them. My group's big enough. Thanks. Right? And they're going to give me money. So I'm going to do some prospecting, some marketing, some direct response stuff through the mail to divorce people, probate people, my farm area. And I'm not going to pay any of the postage. All these people will. And they'll be happy to do it, just so you know. Okay? That's all I wanted to say about that. One other thing I wanted to say about that was this. These are now my new 10 apple trees because I just parachuted into Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know anybody. I just got my real estate license, but I just built an orchard. What I did was I went out, I connected with these people. I'll show you. I'm going to bring them a bunch of value. They're going to love me. And they're my new apple orchard, because not only are these people that are going to pay the postage for all of my prospecting and marketing efforts, these people are going to become clients of mine. They love me. They're homeowners, right? Some of them, they're homeowners, so they want to be homeowners, right? I can help them too. I'm going to become their realtor, right? They're going to get my stuff in the mail every month too. They're on the list. You'll see. They'll become advocates for me, and they're my vendor sponsors, right? That's pretty cool. That's a great way to start a business as a brand new agent in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm going to build a foundation, right, based on relationships, right? Smart ones too. So the anatomy of a referral, let's look at it like this. For a referral to occur, there's not magic involved. It's actually, you can look through a microscope and you go, oh, that's basic. It's like water, H2O, right? 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. It's basic. We can see what it is when we look closely. So I'm going to show you how basic a referral is, and when you see how basic it is, then you'll know how to create them. You'll know how to orchestrate them. You won't go fall asleep in the apple field waiting for an apple. Right? So for a referral to occur, well, someone has to notice a conversation about real estate is occurring. Right? There's a real estate conversation going on. Now, these real estate conversations are happening in your apple orchard all the time because they're weaved into stories about divorce or a new baby or a job transfer or a promotion at work or a death in the family. You see, all those conversations, they're happening amongst the branches of those apple trees, those 10 or 12 or 15 or 20 or 25, all the time, right? And when those conversations are happening, your tree needs to notice, hey, there's a real estate conversation occurring. It's about divorce, right? It's about upside down on a house. Hey, I know a divorce expert. Hey, I know a foreclosure alternatives expert. Hey, right? Okay, so for a referral to occur, someone has to notice that there's a real estate conversation occurring. Oh, you guys are getting divorced, right? And then what? Step number 2, that someone has to think of you. They have to think of you. Right? If they're not thinking of you, that's probably because you've been out there sleeping in the field, and now you're completely, the grass has grown over you because you've got a little card in your hand that says, I love referrals, and they don't even know you're out in the middle of the field. They've been out there waiting for a referral for so long. So they're not thinking of you. Why? You haven't been banging their apple tree. You haven't been shaking the hey, trees, here I am, right, with the newsletter. You haven't been doing anything to make them think of you, right? Or you have, like Wendy Smith in Florida, a new client of mine who was three listing appointments last week, took all 3 of them. 1 was from the internet, 2 were referrals. Okay, people are thinking of her. Okay, and then the third thing is they've got to take some sort of action to connect you to the person, right? So let's look at that in a nutshell. Conversation occurs, right? Someone thinks of you, they take action to connect you. Right. So as an orchestrator of referrals, instead of being passive, now you're going to become active. It's kind of like this in real estate. Stop drifting, right? Start paddling, right? Stop drifting and start rowing, right? Rowing in the direction of FSBOs, of divorce, of referrals, of upside down homeowners. What do you want? You tell me. If I came on your coach, I hate the term because you know more than me, but I'd say, what do you want? I'll show you how to row in that direction, right? So it's simple, right? If I wanted to orchestrate referrals, I'd have to make people think of me all the time. They'd have to be thinking of me all the time, and they'd have to know how to get a hold of me quickly. Hey, I know an agent for you, right? I know an agent for you, right? So you guys, you can all do that. You don't need me. Like I said, you don't need Craig Proctor, Joe Stump, Brian Buffini, Howard Brinton, Tom Ferry, CDPE, Program 36-4. You don't need anything, right? You just need to know that now. Oh, yeah, I can orchestrate referrals, right? I can send out thank you cards. Thanks for not keeping my services a secret, right? The next time you hear someone considering a divorce, right? But that, you can do that once. That'll shake the apple trees once. But then what are you going to do 2 weeks later to shake the apple tree again, right? That's why I say a newsletter. That's a great idea because a newsletter is a monthly thing. Now, when I talk to agents about newsletters, they say, oh, good, do you have an e-newsletter? It's the first place they go to. Do you have an e-newsletter? And I say, well, I think that's not the right question. That's not a question that a marketer with a real estate license would ask because e-newsletter, let me answer that for you. You want an e-newsletter because it's easy, free, cheap, fast, right? And you got a big, giant e-news list. They're going to delete it. I'd say, yeah, I have an e-newsletter for you, but if you want to increase your readership by 98%, you better print it out and mail it. Yeah, but I got 350 people on my list. Well, winnow that list down to your top 15 apple trees, right? And you better put something in their hand every month through the mail that they like, right? And start training them that it's coming every month with a handwritten note on the inside that says, thanks for not keeping me a secret. If you know anybody going through a divorce, I happen to be a real estate divorce advisor and I can help. Right. The next month, hey, listen, the banks are modifying loans like crazy right now. Whoa, they haven't been doing it, and now all of a sudden, HARP 2.0. Listen, if you know anybody, I can help. Have them give me a call. Right. Next month, handwritten notes like inside of a little newsletter. Now you're orchestrating referrals. You're not waiting. Right. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to show you a real simple tool. That's my newsletter. It's called the Welcome Mat. Right. The Welcome Mat, and there's some inside pages. We're just looking at the front and the back cover right there. Right. But on my newsletter, the Welcome Mat, I happen to have on this version, it says get a free copy of my book, The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. Just visit my website. Right. Get a free home value report. Just visit my website. Thanks for not keeping me a secret. Your referrals are awesome. And I can help anybody you know that's upside down on their home. I can help them save their home and avoid foreclosure for free. Thanks for not keeping me a secret. Right. And then, and then they got the inside edition. Right. So this is the way this thing goes. It folds up. It goes out in the mail the size of a postcard. Right. Two folds. Right. And then I put a handwritten note in it every month. Hey, this month, did you know? Give me a call. And people, they do. Who? My center of influence. Right, but I can show you guys how to work a farm area with a newsletter. There's all, you put comps inside of it, and then you have different messages, free report. Right. So these are tools that when people hold them in their hand and they get them every month, it's quite a different experience than an e-newsletter. I just want you guys to know that, right? And then, so step number one is help people think of you. If you want to orchestrate referrals, help people think of you every month, right? And in a certain way, short sale expert, divorce expert. Right? And then step two, make it easy for people to refer to you. Newsletters, letters, notes, phone calls. Like, oh yeah, hey listen, when I get back to the house, I got his newsletter sitting on the coffee table. Oh listen, I've got a couple of his cards right here in my purse because I got a thank you card in the mail last week with the Starbucks thing from him. Here's a couple. Oh, hey listen, when I get back to the house, I've got his, right? It's easy. Right. And now you're starting to realize, hey, wait a minute, I can start to orchestrate referrals. I can start to really not be passive. I can start to take action. Right? And I can start to row in that particular direction, and I can systematize it because I don't just have to get referrals. There's a divorce stuff that Chris wants to get on down the road too. So let's go over there. Right. Oh, by the way, this is another tool. I just passed up some stuff here. Right. This is another tool that I've got. It's called the world's most interesting postcard. Right. And it's a tool for the center of influence that actually my coach and mentor created. It's the most amazing referral generating tool on the planet, right? It tells my center of influence exactly what to send me, right? On one side of this big postcard, it's like a newsletter with fun, crazy stuff. Everybody reads it every month. They can't not read it. It's fun. It's funny, right? And then when they turn it over, for example, the spring market is right on schedule. Just a quick note in case you hear someone talking about selling their house this spring. Ding, ding, reminder, right? In just a few weeks, the spring market's going to be in full swing and people are starting to talk about getting their house ready for market. When you hear someone talking about selling their house this spring, give me a call, right? I'll get you a copy of my new report, How to Make Your Home Show Like a Model Home, right? So I tell my center of influence, hey, it's springtime, keep your ears open, and then here's what you do, right? And then the next month, I tell my center of influence, hey, I can help people upside down avoid their house, here's what you do, right? You guys see how it's just a tool, it's already done. So I plant a seed to keep an ear out. This is kind of conversation to listen for. And then when you hear the conversation, this is what to do. And so I do it every month. I do it every month. Right? So what that looks like, I'm going to back up. What that looks like is 2 contacts per month, right, to my center of influence. Right? 2 contacts a month. They get a newsletter, the Welcome Mat. Right? I guess I'm not going to back up. And then 2 weeks later, they get the world's most interesting postcard reminding them what kind of conversation to listen to. And I don't pay the postage for any of it, right? And so that's how referrals come in every single month, right? I'm not waiting for them. I'm making them happen. All right. So I am going to stop right there, you guys, and I'm going to close this down, and now I'm going to show you some magic the way it really works. And this is the fun part. Questions, by the way. If you have questions, comments, thoughts that you want to share, at any time, you can click on that little arrow icon. You all have one unless you're on like a pad or something. And you can just type them in and hit enter, and it'll send them over. And what I'll do is every now and again I'll circle through that question parking lot, and I'll look and I'll see what's in there and I'll reply to them. Okay, I won't say your name. I'll just answer your questions. So go ahead and feel free to do that. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you what I'm doing right now with Ages to get listings, right? To get listings. It's pretty powerful, and it's like internet magic. All right, here's a website that is sort of a magic website. And when I say that, I don't mean to play games with you guys, but here's what I mean. I'll just show you a couple examples. My prospect can come over here, and it doesn't really matter what language they speak, right? They can just translate it into whatever language they speak, right? The entire website. Bengali, Spanish, whatever. Doesn't matter, right? Now I'm going to go back to English. All right. At the moment, right, it's blue, but it could be whatever color I want. I can just push a button, change the color. Okay. At the moment, I work for Rancho Coastal Realty, but I could push a button. I could say Remax, Prudential, Coldwell, whatever I wanted to say. Push a button, click, change. Right. Change color, change brokerage, click of a button. Okay. Click of a button, I could add new pages, right? Get rid of pages. And I'll show you what kinds of pages I'm talking about. All right. Click of a button, I could change my farm area. Click of a button, I could change the city I work in, I could change the state I work in, I could be someplace else. Right? In fact, click of a few buttons, I could be selling speedboats from this website next week. All right. At the moment, here's this website positioning me as a short sale guru. We're going to take a look at it. Right? But I want to show you something. What I did was I clicked on some buttons because here in Southern California, the short sales went away. And I said, well, I don't really need to be a short sale guru anymore because they're all gone. Right? Now I need to go get other listings. And so I clicked some buttons, and I took this exact website, right? This one that says, underwater on your Clearwater home or investment property, can't afford the payments, I'll help you save it or get paid to avoid foreclosure through free government refinance, loan modification, and short sale programs. Right? That's pretty attractive to loan mod minnows. Save your home. I'll help you save it. Right? And then it says, did you know Bank of America is paying up to $45,000 in relocation assistance to delinquent homeowners cooperating in short sales? And then it says, they aren't the only lender paying thousands. I can help you stay in your home as long as possible. That's what they want. While I negotiate to see how much relocation assistance we can get for you. It may be none, right? But I'll try. Okay, so get a free copy of my book while you're here, The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. And while you're here, hey, listen, you can learn all about how to get $45,000 to short sale. Like, I'm not making it up, right? Here's the article in Bank of America, CNN, Money Online. It'll tell you about it, right? And while you're here, you can get a free copy of my book, The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales, right? You can click on the HARP Refinance page, and you go meet my lender partner, Tom, right? And right now, I've got my page under a little bit of construction because I'm putting a video in here from Tom, but we'll imagine there's a video here at the moment. It says, oh, more than home is worth, can't afford the payments. I'll help you refi under the government HARP 2.0 program and reduce your monthly payments by as much as 50% so you can keep your home. And then it's just as Tom is just, he specializes in helping people do this stuff. Free phone call, nothing to sell you, give him a call. Right. Now I've got a video that Tom just made for me that I'm going to pop right here. Hi, folks, I'm Tom. Give me a call. Right. So like I said, straight from Craigslist ads, click, they're on this page. Straight from a letter, they're on this page. Right, meeting Tom, not me. Right, so get $45,000 a short sale. Right, save your home through HARP 2.0. Qualify for a half a short sale. Learn what a deed in lieu is. Right, discover if you're looking at a deficiency judgment. Get a free attorney consult. Sue your lender. Right, HAMP, HAFA. Right, I got my listings and search the MLS. Right, now they can download all the forms they want over here for a loan modification. Right? If they want to do loan mod, here's all the forms, instructions, everything you need, how to submit them to your letter. They can do all that stuff from my website over here in any language they want. Right? So this is a website that pretty much positions me as like a short sale. Wow. Right? Now look, like I said, I'm in San Diego, and in the last year, home values have gone up 20%. So everybody who was underwater, they're no longer underwater. Right? And inventory is so tight here that as soon as something hits the market, it's like 35 offers, boom. That's what's been pushing the home values up. It's like starting a whole new bubble over here again in Southern California. Right? But the short sales are gone. Not in all of California, but for the most part. So I pushed a bunch of buttons, right? And now this is my website. Right? And this one is a little different. This one it's the same website, right? I didn't have to go buy something additional. I just pushed buttons. All right. And now I changed it. And it was easy because I'm not an HTML computer programmer. I'm a real estate agent. All I know is Microsoft Word, right? But I did it. And now it says, Now you can rest assured your 4S Ranch home, that's my farm area, sells for top dollar with the powerful marketing strategy designed for markets just like the one we're in right now. And then it says, warning, got money to burn? Many real estate salespeople would be happy to sell your home quickly so they can get paid and move on down the road to their next deal. But did you know that selling your home too quickly often means leaving thousands of dollars on the table? My video below explains the costliest mistake sellers are making right now and how to avoid it. So the costliest mistake that sellers are making right now is they're selling their home in 4 days, and it's happening all across the country, 6 days, 3 days. Right. And so what I'm saying on listing appointments is this. Listen, how do you know you're getting top dollar for your house when you only had it on the market for 4 days? Well, because we had 15 offers. We took the best one. Doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter. 4 days is not enough time to expose your home to the entire market. Right? Better strategy is to put your home on the MLS and say, you know, list it on the 1st. We'll be presenting all offers on the 15th. Right? We'll respond to all offers on the 16th. Right? Give yourself 2 weeks. Give yourself 3 weeks to let everybody get their offer in your hat. Right? Number one. Number two, create an auction effect. Then how do you do that? You do that with the price, right? Very clever, right? There's a way to list your home so you can get a basket full of offers. Then 3 weeks from now, we'll look at all of them together, right? And when you explain that to sellers in this market, listen, anybody could sell your home in this market. It's like, God, there's 1,000 buyers out there for every house. Brand new agents sell your house. That's not the game. My game is to help you get top dollar so you can rest assured you left nothing on the table. Right? You guys, it's our communication, right? That's a powerful listing appointment right there. It's our communication. It's what we say to people and how we say it. Like I could say to a homeowner right now, if I'm on a listing appointment, I could say, listen, folks, what are you going to do to sell our home, Chris? Well, I could take out my smartphone, literally, and I could make a video tour of your home right now. I could go back to my office. I could upload it onto YouTube, and in an hour and a half from now, I'll send you an email. And you could go onto Google using very relevant search terms, and you could find a video property tour of your house on the first page of Google in the first or second spot. You'll see. It'll be right there. Right? That's one thing I can do to help you get your home sold. Really? Oh, yeah. You guys can do that, too, with YouTube and a smartphone for free. I show agents how to do that stuff. Right? But so this is my hot market template, and it talks about why you want to list your home with me. Right? I'll get you top dollar so you can rest assured you didn't leave any money on the table. Watch the video. You'll see. Right? Find out how much your home is worth right here. Right? Make me the last agent you interview, and I'll reveal marketing secrets that I can't share here. Right? My easy exit listing agreement allows you to rest easy. You can cancel our listing agreement at any time you want. Right? If you're not satisfied with my performance, my sole purpose is to serve your best real estate interest by helping you obtain top dollar in the least amount of time with the least amount of stress. In order to do this successfully, I'll need you to want me on your team. If you ever feel your best interest would be served by canceling our listing agreement, you just let me know and it's done. It's pretty simple. Right? A whole lot more than a sign in the yard and some pictures on the MLS. So let's look at something. Let's dissect this together. I'm targeting 4S Ranch because it's got 2,000 homes in it and they're all underwater. Or they used to be. It used to be called Foreclosure Ranch. Now they're not underwater anymore. Right? So good for 4S Ranch. Now I'm going to just get rid of all these drawings here. All right. Let's look at some of the pages I have got over here. Recent 4S Ranch sales. If you lived in 4S Ranch, you might be curious. Right? 4S Ranch Homeowner Services. 4S Ranch Nosy Neighbors. If you lived in 4S Ranch, you would definitely be curious. Okay? 4S Ranch Expired Listings. If you lived in 4S Ranch and your home was on the market and it didn't sell, you would definitely be interested. Remember earlier when I said if you knocked at a door or left a note or sent a letter or made a phone call to an expired listing saying, hey, listen, go over to this website and see everybody else in your neighborhood this happened to in the last 2 years, you'll be shocked to discover that some of them relisted and sold at high. Remember when I said that? Okay. So if you lived in 4S Ranch and you had a place to go to, you would. Okay. If you lived in 4S Ranch and you were thinking about putting your home on the market and selling it on your own because you know there's a lot of buyers out there right now, you might be interested in my 4S Ranch Seller Assist campaign, right? Because you could advertise your 4S Ranch home for free over here on my website, plus I'll get it all over the internet for you. I'll make sure all the buyers that come your way are pre-approved, fully qualified. I'll schedule the showings, the appointments, make it real easy for you. I've got forms, contracts, property flyers. I could come do professional video and photos. I could provide so much value. I'm either listing the house or I've got an exclusive right to bring you the buyer, and I will. Right? And you're going to pay for it because I'm going to manage the whole thing through title and escrow. You can't do this on your own. I'll help you. right? That's my Forest Ranch Seller Assist campaign. And since I can build as many pages as I want, I'm not committed to just Forest Ranch. I could have San Alejo Hills, Village Park, Copper Springs, Coral Gates, whatever I want, right? Whatever I want. We'll look at these pages in a minute. Free home value report, real estate divorce specialist, probate help. What's real estate divorce specialist? What? The house after divorce, what will you do? I'm not going to read this whole letter to you guys. I'm just going to tell you that it positions me as a divorce expert. If you or anybody you know is going through a divorce and you've got property to sell, whether it's an investment property or your primary residence, it may or may not be easy. It depends on how your divorce is going. But I will work with the two of you and your attorneys to help you guys get the best bang for your buck, right? The most amount of money from your property with the least amount of stress. I've done it before, right? I know how to do it. I can work with you guys because I'm a real estate divorce advisor. Now, I would suggest to you, if you're a client of mine, that you might even go out and find a divorce attorney and incorporate them into this page because it's really easy to do. Right? Why would you do that? Well, a variety of reasons. Number one, they're going to help pay postage. They're going to help refer you business. It's a symbiotic relationship. Right? You're in the relationship business if you want listings. And the more relationships you have, right, within the context of you're a real savvy real estate professional with things going on, the more business you're going to do. So it'd be nice to have a divorce attorney on your team if you wanted to roll out this page, right? Probate help. We'll talk about some of your different probate programs, right? You've got two different options for helping probated property get sold, right? Down and dirty, option number one, you can sell to one of my investors for all cash. I'm just going to explain this to you guys because you can all do it, right? It says with this scenario, you'll pay 0 real estate commissions and make 0 repairs. This is the fastest and easiest way to sell. If your property qualifies, you'll normally receive a written offer for review by the estate within 72 hours of contract. Now, listen, don't get locked up here because you can edit and change anything you want. But, oh, and then it says once the offer is accepted by the estate, I handle all the arrangements and paperwork with the local title company for an insured sale and closing. Now, the way that system works is the investor is going to pay your commission. You work that out with them. Chris, I don't have an investor. I don't know how to do that. It's easy. I'll help you find an investor. You can call 3 realtors in your town and you'll probably get introduced to 10 investors. They're all out there. All cash, no repairs, investor pays you, right? All right, that's option number one. Option number two, I'll find motivated and qualified retail buyers for your probated property who are willing to pay the current retail price for the property. Allow 30 to 60 days in the current market. Again, you can edit it to change that. Right? And then it says in most cases you can expect an additional 25% to 35% more money when selling this route, even after all of the seller's fees are paid, including real estate commissions and other closing costs. Right? Contact me at the number below and I'll help you figure out the price for both property, and so you'll know which your best option is. Right? Here's some helpful links. Just give me your property information. So you'd think, hey, these are great pages, right? But if you can get probate people to come here, hey, great divorce page. If you could get divorced people to come here. Hey, great for Forest Ranch expired listings if you could get Forest Ranch expired people to come here, right? Hey, great for Forest Ranch, FSBOs who want to sell their home in Forest Ranch, right? If you had a way to let the Forest Ranch FSBOs know that they could do all this, then all of these pages would be great, right? Of course they would. Like Forest Ranch Homeowner Services. Remember I told you I got a pizza place, I got a dry cleaner, I got a pool cleaner, I got a window cleaner, I got a lawn care, landscape, handyman. They're all over here on my website. Right? Because they all work Forest Ranch. What's Forest Ranch Nosy Neighbors? Let's talk about that. Join the Forest Ranch Nosy Neighbors. You'll be shocked by what you'll discover as a Forest Ranch Nosy Neighbor. When you sign up for our Nosy Neighbor program, you'll be able to rest assured knowing nothing happens in Forest Ranch real estate that you won't know about right away. Right? Give us your information. We don't share your information with anybody. Everything that comes on the market in the neighborhood, you'll know about it immediately. No need to get out of your car on a rainy night and run across the street just to discover the flyer box is empty. Just go log in. You'll find it, right? And we'll, turn it off anytime you want. We don't share your information with anybody. That's what my Nosy Neighbor program is about, right? Forest Ranch expired listings. I've got a whole history of what's been on the market over here in Forest Ranch. Look, it says this 4-bedroom, 3-bath home was originally listed for $789 back in June 2012. After 103 days on the market, it was withdrawn. The home was relisted with a new brokerage in February 2013 for $770 and sold for $778 after just 27 days. Right? Here's the details. Right? I can have a video of myself right here. Hey, listen, I'm so glad you came over here. There's all the property information and details you're looking for are right below. How would I do that? I could just insert a video right here. Be easy. I'll show you guys. We'll do that in a minute. right? Home selling tips, probate help, right? So, and I'm targeting a community. But if I wanted to target more communities, I could. Right. Now, let me show you guys something really cool. This is Larry Martin. He's a realty executives agent in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Just so you know, 88 transactions last year, aiming for 100 this year. Okay, that's Larry. Rick Geese, he's in Michigan. 2% response letter we co-created using this system. The letter's in the back office. I'll show you what I mean. Right. Talk about creating pages. I mean, this guy, look at all these pages he's got over here. Free attorney, all kinds of stuff. Right. That's sunny San Lorenzo down in the Florida Keys, right? So just giving you guys vacation rentals, right? So what I've built here, first of all, one thing is a toolbox for agents to get divorce listings, probate listings, FSBO listings, expired listings, shorts, any kind of listing they want to go after. One of the things in the toolbox is a magic website, right? So the website that I've just been showing you guys, it's only one of the tools. Right, in the toolbox, right? So let's not get too hung up on it. Just know that there's a website, right, that positions you as whatever you want to be. Short sale guru, divorce guru, probate guru, and it gives you all the tools online, right? And you can edit it, change the colors, change your brokerage, change the language, right? You can do all these things to it. Now let me show you guys something. So I want to go get divorce listings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to log into my back office. I'm going to show you guys letters. If you've got the ability to take pictures of your screen right now, maybe you want to, and you can say, hey, I just got some free letters, right? I'm going to log in as Susan. And I'll show you guys that 2% response rate letter as well and how it works and give you guys a whole new idea, like a whole new way of thinking in terms of what you mail. Okay, so I'm logging in as an agent using the system, and I think I know this password here for her. Yep, okay. So here's what I call the back office dashboard of this website, all right, of this website right here, the one that says underwater on your Clearwater home. So I'm going to show you something. From my back office, I'm going to make a quick change. I'm going to customize my website, and I'm going to go to my home page, right, stealth site. Yeah, I'm going to customize my website content, and I'm going to go to my home page right here where it says home page, and I'm going to click edit, right? And there it is. There's my homepage right there. It looks like a Microsoft Word document. I'm not going to work Clearwater anymore. I don't like Clearwater. It's not that I don't like Clearwater. It's just that the last time I was there, I got bit by a dog. And it's the same dog that chases me every time. So I'm changing. And I'm going to go work this area called Tarpon Springs. Right? It's that easy. Right? I'm just going to type it in right there. And I'm just going to click Submit. Right? It's that easy. So if I go back here now to my website, and if I reload, refresh my browser, just wait for the internet to catch up to us here, you're going to see that I'm no longer working, well, I'm no longer working Clearwater here. I'm now working Tarpon Springs, right? So when I say that I can do whatever I want to these things, I can do whatever I want to these things. That's just a little sample, short example of editing a site, okay? Now, and that's nothing. Believe me, you guys, that's nothing. Right. What I just showed you guys was that I can click Customize Website Content, and I can open up any page of my website, any page, and I can edit the page. I can change it, insert videos, photos, do whatever I want. Right? Or if I want to build a new page, I can build a new page. Right? I can build a new page. Maybe I want to do high-end rentals. Right? I can do, rentals. Right? I can just build a page called Rentals, and I can just click Submit and build a page. Right? It's that easy. Right? And so then I can start to construct it. Right? Now, if I click Submit, I just built a page. Page already exists. I've already built that page before. Now, look, I can go over here to Customize Website Menu, and I can say, okay, yeah, you're right. There's a bunch of pages over here that are currently not showing on my website. Right? Let's drag them over. Let's drag over my executive home rentals. Right? Let's drag over real estate divorce advisor. Right? Let's put that right there. Let's drag over Forest Ranch Nosy Monkeys. Let's drag over Home Value Calculator. Let's drag over, Free Home Value Report, Probate Help, Rental Homes, Terms and Conditions. Let's drag over all this stuff and just click Save Changes and see what that does. Right? Reload. I've got all kinds of pages, right? I can have on my website or not. Right? Templates are already created. Right? That's one thing in my back office. Right? So that's how easy it is to sort of play with my website and manipulate it. I can create my own pages, or I can use the ones that Chris created for me and just edit them and change them to tweak them to my own marketplace. I can go back here to the letter library, right? And I got short sale letters. If I want to mail the short sales, I got them. Right? If I want to start working a farm area, I've got great tools for working my farm area. Divorce. Let's go down here to divorce letter number 1. And I've got letters for a divorce, whether they're short sale. You might find that when you get these divorce lists, because I'll show you where to go get the list every month, then what you need to do is pull them up and see if they own property. If they do, is it property you want? If it is, they go on your mailing list campaign. Right? If the property is underwater, you use these letters. If the property is not, you use these letters. Right? Let's just take a look at divorce letter number 1 and how simple this tool is for you to use. Right? You would just click on it, download, save, right? And let's just open this letter. Right? So from the back, I said to you, hey, it's great if you got probate pages, divorce pages, FSBO pages, expired pages, but how do you get people to go to them? How do you get people to go to those pages? Well, I'll show you how to go get the list, and I show you what to send them. I give you what to send them. Open it up, customize it. Right? Letter number 1 to your divorce prospects. Discover how much your, plug in the word, right? Home would sell for in today's market with comprehensive home value report for free. Right? This first letter is real soft approach. It's got real estate divorce advisor down there. Right? That's about it. This first letter says, dear, you plug in their name. Right? You may or may not be thinking of selling your home this year, but if you're just a little bit curious to know how much it would sell for in today's hot market of low rates and limited inventory, I'd be happy to let you know with my zero obligation, thoroughly detailed home price comparison report. It says, just visit my website at, plug in the URL, and click on the free home value report page. You'll find there, along with other local real estate resources. Now, when they go there, they're going to see the real estate divorce advisor page. Right. It says, if you're considering selling a local home or investment property, I'll provide great advice and absolutely zero pressure. I can explain everything from how to harness pent-up demand in your neighborhood to how to create auction effects in order to maximize your sales price. Thanks for not keeping me a secret, and I hope for an opportunity to serve you, right, on your team. And then you just get your information down there with the little real estate. That's the first letter, right, that's going to go out to your divorce prospect. You guys want to see what the second letter sounds like? Let's just do it. All right, let's just look just because for fun. All right, save, and we're going to open this up. All right. So talk about a toolbox, huh? This website is a toolbox. It's got everything. So here's letter number 2. From the desk of, you just type in your name, and it's got a headline. It says, when Mike and Sarah decided to end their marriage, they called family, friends, and lawyers. So how did I get involved? Right? Now we're kind of turning up the pressure a little bit. Now we're starting to talk about divorce. Dear, we put in their name. And then it says, it was a referral. And Mike and Sarah aren't their real names, but their story is common, and it's a story I've worked hard at understanding. We all know that an atmosphere of trust, respect, and mutual cooperation is ideal for successful negotiations. We also know that it's not always possible. Not all realtors are the same. My experience, training, and certification as a real estate divorce advisor means that you or anyone you might refer to me who's considering divorce and has a home or investment property to sell can count on experience and know-how when it comes to working between peaceful or warring parties and their attorneys to get top dollar with the least amount of stress. If you were someone you know, right? So that's letter number 2, right? I'm not going to read you guys all these letters, right? Drip, 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 drip. You hit them with these letters, right? And then the process is if they don't respond to any of those, you put them on your newsletter after that. You don't have to hit them every month with a newsletter. Hit them every 90 days, right? So I'm going to get out of the letter library back here. So what I want you guys to know is what I've created over here is a website that converts into any language. You can make as many pages as you want. There's pages that already exist, position you as a probate expert, a short sale expert, a divorce expert, right? I'll show you FSBO campaigns, expired campaigns. They're already built into the system. They're already built into the system. For example, let's go look at this page. You see this website right here, Forest Ranch? I want to show you guys something. Imagine. Turn on your imagination cap right now. Imagine that I printed out my website, this page, on a piece of paper. Okay? So I take my website, I print it out on a piece of paper. Right? Now I'm going to put down my yellow marker and I'm going to pick up my red marker. Right? What if I circled something like this, Forest Ranch for sale by owners, right? And I had an arrow pointing to it going over here, and I wrote a note. Like, what if I put a sticky note right here? Right, a sticky note, and I wrote a note saying, check this out, right, and I circled that. Or I expired listings, check that out, and I circled that, right. Well, what would happen is I would still have the whole reverse side of this piece of paper that would be white, and I could write a note on it, right. I could put whatever I want. right? Like I could detail my seller assist program. I could write a letter to the expired letting them know, hey, listen, go over to this website and click on this page right here. You'll be shocked to discover that some of your neighbors relisted and sold, right? My website itself becomes my letter because I can fold this up and stick it in an envelope and I can mail it to people. And when I mark it up with a red pen and a yellow highlighter and I say, check this stuff out, you know what happens, you guys? They do. They do. All right. I'm going to stop right here because there's so much going on with this thing that, I need 3 days with you, quite frankly. There's Craigslist ads that people click on. It takes them immediately to the page they want to be on to get $45,000 to short sale. There's Craigslist ads that they click on to go learn how to save their home with HARP. But not only that, forget about that. There's training that teaches you how to create your own Craigslist ads that people click on and takes them to any page you want. Right? But not only that, there's software tools that you can use. So when you create your Craigslist ads, because I show you how, you've got the tools to do it, right? You can say, hey, now I've got this cool screen capture program software. It's really free and easy to use, and now I know how to create Craigslist ads people click on, right? What kind of Craigslist ads? I don't know yet. Chris hasn't shown me, but I will. I will. All right, this website's got a built-in CRM, okay? It's got a lead center. So you can just come back here and click on My Leads, right, and manage all your prospects. They're all back here getting dripped on, whether they opted in for a fight foreclosure book, a short sale book, a home value report, whatever they opt in for, they're getting dripped on. You could turn the drips on or off. You could do it all from your back office, right? So not only do you have a lead center, you can edit all the pages, make new pages. You can download all the letters that you need to mail to people, plus a bunch of other tools. Your newsletter, it's right here. Download the monthly newsletter. The welcome mat, it's just in your back office waiting for you every month. Look, I can just click download the August edition of the welcome mat, and it's ready to go. I don't have to do anything to it. It's ready to go. Right? Look, I'm going to click open so you guys can see what the August edition of my newsletter looks like. It's so cool. It's so cool. And this whole system, you guys, $39 a month. It's going up soon, but it's $39 a month, right? Less than $220s. There's the August edition of my welcome mat. There's the there's the inside pages, right? This is a great newsletter, you guys. People love this newsletter. And look, this is how simple it is, right? Put a postage label right here. Thing goes out in the mail in 2 folds, right? In 2 folds. It goes out in the mail the size of a postcard. Why do I send it out in the mail? Because it increases my readership by 98%. Could I send this out via email also? Sure. Right? That's where that goes. Get a free copy of my book, The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. But let me just show you guys something. Right? This doesn't have to say get a free copy of my book, The Homeowner's Guide to Real Estate Short Sales. What if I don't have any more short sales? This could say free report, how to get top dollar when selling your home in this hot market. Right? Go to my website, and I could show the report right here. Right? Get a free home value report. That's cool. Look at this section right here, this month in history. It's here every month unless I don't want it to be. You know what I could have right here? I could have a Wells Fargo logo and a picture of my broker guy, my mortgage guy over at Wells Fargo, and a bunch of information about the 203K rehab loan program and 100% financing stuff and loan programs and all of his contact information right here every month. Why would I do that? Well, because my mortgage guy is going to pay the postage, right? So this newsletter doesn't have to look like what it looks like. I could do all kinds of things to it, or I could just leave it alone. Right? And it's ready to go. Open, print, click, print. It's ready to go every month. It's in my back office waiting for me every month. Right? So this, you guys, what I've got over here, and I'm a realtor, right? I'm a realtor. So here's what I did. I'm trying to get rid of my pictures here. Here's what I did. I sat down years ago, and I wake up every day. Right? I started building this thing years ago, and I wake up every day thinking between my own ears as a real estate agent, man, what else does this thing need? What else could I add to it? And talking to my clients, what else does this stuff need? What else could we add to it? And we're continuously adding stuff to it. It just keeps growing and evolving and getting bigger and more complex all the time. More complex in terms of its capabilities, but the system always remains the same. You want to target FSBOs, expireds, divorce, probate, short sale. What do you want? Right? You got the pages on the website. Right? You got the letters. You got the tools. You got Craigslist ads. You got door hangers. You got the stuff to go after them. Right? You guys, there's so much stuff back here I haven't even shown you in the back office. Video training library, dialogue, skills training classes, all kinds of stuff. Right? So you can customize your website. You can edit the site settings. You can come back here, change the color of your website to any color you want, right? Any color you want. Change the background menu color, any color you want. Put in all your meta tags, Google Analytics tracking codes, link up your IDX. You could link up your blog if you want to. If you got an Active Rain blog or something like that you want to link over here, you could easily do it. All these pages, when you customize your website content, look at this. You can rename any page, and in the process of renaming pages, you can add your meta tag titles and meta tag description right into each page, right, for SEO. Very easy to do. Right. These websites, they're not WordPress platforms. These are our own custom-built technology. We own it. We built it. It's me and my partner. That's it. So this is a do-it-yourself website that a realtor could bring into any practice anywhere in the country as they change brokerages. They can bring it with them everywhere, right, for $39 a month. And in the back office of their website, they've got all their tools: letters, postcards, training, YouTube training, Craigslist training, fish hooks, weights, sinkers, rods. It's all in there, right, and continues to evolve, right? So it's really a real estate practice toolbox. Yeah. So that's what we're doing over here. $39 a month, month to month, right? There's no commitment. We're not saying let's get married. We're just saying try it out. If it's for you, stick with us, right? If it's not, say turn it off, right? But what I'm saying to you guys is this: don't even take my word for it. Go do your due diligence as a real estate professional. If you've got $40 and you say, hey, this thing runs circles around my website for $40, Chris, how do you do it, right? If you're feeling that, I hope you guys are. Go talk to Jenny Talasazin, right? Go talk to Larry Martin, Tom Jacobs, Rick Geese. Look them up. Look these guys up on the internet, right? Look up Adam Menconi. He's right here. He's with Sotheby's, right, in Santa Rosa, California. Look him up. Look up Tom Jackson right here, or Tom Reinberg in Jacksonville, Florida. Reinberg in Jacksonville, Florida. Look him up, right? This is Ed Trivers, like Rivers, right? Rivers with water flowing through them with a T in front of it, Trivers. He's in San Bernardino, California. Look him up. Look these people up and ask, you know, Justin Johnson, Sacramento area, Roseville. Justin Johnson. Look him up. You guys do your due. Tammy Says, S-A-I-S. Like, who says so? Tammy says so. Right? She's awesome. She's a real sweetie. Look her up. She's on listing appointments this week. She's got new listing appointments last week. Right? Look these people up and say, hey, is this guy Chris Silveda for real? Because for $40 a month, how come these other trainers sell like boxes for $2,000? Hey, I know you guys. Listen, I've attended about 557 3-day main events, $2,000 box, 97 days of videotapes and audio training, 3,000-page work, like all this stuff. It's like there's value in it, but I don't know where you begin, right? And I watched so many agents go into information overwhelm with these giant toolkits and programs. It's like, where do we start, right? I don't know. But door knocking is a great way. You send in a newsletter at your center of influence each month with the world's craziest postcard, boom, right? Starting to communicate the way that my agents are makes sense. I'll show you guys how to use this stuff, right? So I hope I've answered. I'm just I think there's some stuff here. Here, we got some more questions. Yeah, it's recorded. How much longer? We're good. You guys can hang up. We're done. So I hate to miss anything. I'm done. I'm not going to give you guys any more value, but that's a great question. Yeah, if you guys want to do this, you can do this. If you have questions, you can give me a call toll free, right? And I can even, if you talk to me, I can even, there's ways of making this easy for you to do. If you think, hey, Chris, I can't do it. Yes, you can. We'll help you. We'll help you, right? So, yeah, that's it. Good questions, you guys. Go do good work. Thanks for not keeping us a secret over here at Simple Listing Solutions. One thing I'd want you to know, you can come to Simple Listing Solutions right now and you can see all of our short sale tools. You can't see the divorce tools, probate tools, FSBO tools, expire. You can't see that stuff yet, right? That's being built behind this. We got a new website that's going to replace this one here in the next week or 10 days or so, right? All the tools are available. You're just not going to see them over here. Okay, so if I haven't missed any other questions, and I don't think I have, it takes 3 days. Thanks, Dominic. It takes 3 days to set this thing up. There are no other costs besides the monthly service fee, $39, other than you got to go get a domain name, right? You got to go get a domain name for the website. There's a setup fee. We charge you a setup fee for this system. It's $600. It's a stealth system, so there's a one-time setup fee of $597, right? One time. And then it's your website forever, right? $39 a month. And you got your newsletter forever, all your tools and letters. We just keep uploading them, right? You got all the IT support you need, right? So we're on your team. You won't get lost. Again, if you guys want to do this, I would suggest, asking around, calling some agents, and call me up, right? If you call me up, if you talk to me, I'll even give you a discount, right? I'll give you a nice little discount. I've got a discount code I can give you, but I want to talk to you because I don't want to just sell you something. I want to make sure that I'm right for you, you're right for me, and I don't want to park you right in the lap of another agent I'm working with. Because if you say, hey, listen, this is my city, and I say, sorry, I've got 2 agents there, I'm not going to let you be there. Unless you're in like New York City or something, there's plenty of elbow room. But I'd love to talk to you. So if you talk to me, I'll give you a discount code. You guys, thanks for your time today. Bye.